What is the origin of Halloween? Halloween traces back to the Celtic festival of Samhain, a time to mark the end of harvest and the beginning of winter. What is the traditional name for a carved pumpkin? Jack-o'-lanterns are named after the Irish folktale of Stingy Jack, a man who tricked the devil. What fruit is used in the traditional Halloween game of bobbing? Bobbing for apples is a classic Halloween party game. What vegetable was traditionally carved before pumpkins became popular? Before pumpkins were used, people in Ireland and Scotland carved turnips into lanterns for Halloween. What is the most popular Halloween candy in the United States? Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are consistently the top choice for trick-or-treaters with their perfect balance of chocolate and peanut butter. What does the word Halloween mean? Halloween is a contraction of All Hallows Eve, meaning the evening before All Saints' Day. Which famous magician died on Halloween in 1926? Houdini, the world-renowned escape artist, passed away on Halloween after suffering a ruptured appendix. In the movie Hocus Pocus, what are the names of the three witch sisters? The Sanderson sisters, Winifred, Sarah, and Mary, are the infamous witches from Hocus Pocus. Which animal is most commonly associated with witches and Halloween? The black cat has long been associated with witches and superstitions, making it a Halloween icon. Thinking about starting a channel but don't have time to create content? Scan here to download 100 videos instantly. What is the most common Halloween costume for adults? The classic witch costume is a favorite among adults for its timeless, spooky appeal. Which famous horror movie features a villain named Michael Myers? Michael Myers is the terrifying antagonist from the iconic Halloween slasher film series. In which country did bobbing for apples originate? Bobbing for apples has its roots in the United Kingdom, where it was a traditional game played during Halloween. What Halloween-themed movie features the character Jack Skellington? Jack Skellington is the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town in the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas. What is a group of witches called? A gathering of witches is traditionally called a coven, which adds to the eerie mystique of Halloween. What ancient Roman goddess is often associated with apples and thus linked to Halloween? Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruit and orchards, is connected to the tradition of bobbing for apples. Which horror movie features a haunted hotel and a writer named Jack Torrance? Jack Torrance is the troubled writer in The Shining, a classic psychological horror film. What do pumpkins grow on? Pumpkins grow on vines that spread across the ground in sprawling patches. Which famous vampire character was created by author Bram Stoker? Bram Stoker's Dracula is the quintessential vampire and a symbol of Halloween horror. Which traditional Halloween game involves trying to eat a suspended apple without using your hands? Apple bobbing, a popular Halloween party game, challenges players to catch an apple using only their mouth. What Halloween decoration is made by stretching cotton or synthetic material to mimic something spooky? Fake spiderwebs are a common Halloween decoration, giving homes a creepy and haunted vibe. Which type of creature is the mummy based on? Mummies are inspired by ancient Egyptian practices of preserving bodies, making them perfect for spooky tales. Which color is not traditionally associated with Halloween? Blue is not typically associated with Halloween, unlike orange, black, and purple, which are iconic Halloween colors. In which country did Halloween traditions such as trick-or-treating originate? Halloween traditions like trick-or-treating have their roots in Ireland, where they were part of Samhain celebrations. What is the name of the fictional town where Halloween Town is set? Halloween Town is the magical town in the Disney movie of the same name, where it's Halloween all the time. Which famous horror movie features a doll named Chucky? Chucky, the possessed doll from Child's Play, has terrified audiences since the late 1980s. What does the skeleton represent in Halloween folklore? Skeletons are a popular Halloween symbol of death and the afterlife, adding to the eerie atmosphere. What is another name for Halloween that refers to its religious roots? All Hallows' Eve is the evening before All Saints' Day, which is where Halloween gets its name. Which character is the villain in the movie A Nightmare on Elm Street? Freddy Krueger, with his razor-sharp glove, haunts the dreams of teens in A Nightmare on Elm Street. In which decade did trick-or-treating, as we know it today, become popular in the US? Trick-or-treating became a popular Halloween activity in the US during the 1940s. What Halloween character is typically depicted with fangs and a long black cape? The classic vampire image includes fangs and a black cape, thanks to characters like Dracula. Which US state is home to the city of Salem, famous for its witch trials? Salem, Massachusetts, is infamous for its witch trials in the 1690s, giving it a spooky Halloween reputation. Which of the following is a common material used to create homemade Halloween costumes? The classic ghost costume made from a bedsheet is a simple yet iconic homemade Halloween costume. In which month does Halloween take place? Halloween is celebrated on October 31st every year, marking the transition from autumn to winter. Which famous monster is made from stitched-together body parts? Frankenstein's monster, created by Dr. Frankenstein, is made from stitched-together body parts. Which fruit is traditionally associated with Halloween? Pumpkins are the quintessential Halloween fruit, carved into jack-o'-lanterns and used for decoration. Which mythical creature is half man and half wolf? Werewolves transform from humans into wolves during a full moon, making them a Halloween staple. In Mexico, what is the day after Halloween called, dedicated to remembering the dead? Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd to honor deceased loved ones. Which character says, "I'll be back" in a famous horror franchise? Although the Terminator isn't typically associated with Halloween, this line has made him a pop culture icon. What was Dr. Frankenstein's first name in Mary Shelley's novel? Victor Frankenstein is the scientist who creates the famous monster in Mary Shelley's novel. Which item is considered bad luck to break on Halloween? Breaking a mirror is considered bad luck any day of the year, but it's especially spooky on Halloween. Which classic horror movie was inspired by the real-life murders committed by Ed Gein? Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho was inspired by the horrific crimes of Ed Gein, as were other famous horror films. In the Addams Family, what is the name of the daughter? Wednesday Addams is the morbidly witty daughter of the creepy and kooky Addams family. What is the name of the vampire who appears in the video game Castlevania? Dracula is the main antagonist in the Castlevania series, battling the Belmont family of vampire hunters. What costume did E.T. wear in the Halloween scene of the movie? In the Halloween scene from E.T., the lovable alien is dressed up as a ghost to blend in with the crowd. Which country is credited with the creation of the jack-o'-lantern tradition? The Irish originally used turnips as jack-o'-lanterns before pumpkins became the popular choice in America. What is the name of the Spirit World Festival celebrated in Japan during Halloween season? Obon is a Japanese festival that honors the spirits of ancestors, aligning with the Halloween season in some ways. What is the classic symbol of Halloween that flies on a broomstick? Witches are a classic Halloween symbol, often depicted flying on broomsticks. Which type of supernatural creature is the main focus of the movie The Witch 2015? The Witch centers around the terror of a witch lurking in the woods of 17th century New England. What type of creature is Pennywise in Stephen King's It? Pennywise appears as a clown, but is a manifestation of a malevolent demon-like entity. Don't forget to scan here to download your 100 video bundle before the offer ends. Build an audience and monetize or spice up trivia night with the family. What kind of mask does Michael Myers wear in the Halloween movies? Michael Myers wears a plain, white, emotionless mask that has become iconic in horror cinema. What is the name of the deadly puzzle box in the Hellraiser franchise? The Lament configuration is a puzzle box that summons the Cenobites in Hellraiser. Which horror movie features a killer wearing a ghost mask and calling victims on the phone? The killer in Scream wears a ghost face mask and taunts victims over the phone. What is the proper term for a fear of spiders, which is commonly associated with Halloween? Arachnophobia is the term for fear of spiders, a common Halloween decoration. What is the name of the cursed video in The Ring? The tape in The Ring is a cursed video that dooms anyone who watches it. Which monster famously lives in a castle in Transylvania? Dracula's castle is one of the most famous settings in vampire lore. In the movie Beetlejuice, what must be said 3 times to summon the title character? In Beetlejuice, you must say his name 3 times to summon the mischievous ghost. What material is a traditional witch's broomstick made from? Witches' broomsticks are traditionally depicted as made from wood. Which monster has bolts in his neck in many classic depictions? Frankenstein's monster is often depicted with bolts in his neck in classic horror imagery. Which horror film series features the character Ghostface? Ghostface is the killer in the Scream franchise, known for taunting victims on the phone. Which horror movie was the first to be nominated for a Best Picture Oscar? The Exorcist was the first horror film to receive a Best Picture nomination at the Academy Awards. What is the primary weakness of a vampire? Vampires are often portrayed as being unable to survive exposure to sunlight. Which horror movie features a killer who uses a chainsaw? Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is infamous for his use of a chainsaw as a weapon. Which horror film features the tagline, In space, no one can hear you scream? Alien used the famous tagline, emphasizing the isolation and fear in space. Which type of monster is the focus of the movie, The Invisible Man? The Invisible Man tells the story of a man who finds a way to make himself invisible. Which horror movie villain is known for killing people in their dreams? Freddy Krueger, from A Nightmare on Elm Street, kills his victims in their dreams. What supernatural power does the Blair Witch in The Blair Witch Project supposedly possess? The Blair Witch is believed to control the forest, making it impossible for victims to escape. What was the original title of the classic 1978 film Halloween? Before it was changed to Halloween, the film was titled The Babysitter Murders, in which horror movie do characters become trapped in a puzzle-filled house of death. The Saw series is famous for its deadly puzzles and traps set by the villain Jigsaw. What night do children traditionally go trick-or-treating? The candy collecting extravaganza happens on All Hallows Eve itself. Any other day would be a grave mistake. What is the name of the spellbook in Hocus Pocus? This enchanted tome has been causing trouble since 1693. Talk about an overdue library book. What type of candy is commonly given out as Halloween treats? Because nothing says fun like getting less candy than usual. What does a ghost say according to popular culture? It's their way of saying, "Hi," though it tends to have the opposite effect. What is a popular Halloween activity involving telling scary stories? Nothing sets the mood for spooky tales like the glow of flames and the smell of s'mores. What do many people do to their houses for Halloween? Some people go so overboard, their house looks like a spirit Halloween store exploded. What is a common Halloween party game? Where else can you see a vampire competing against a taco for a prize? What do children usually say when trick-or-treating? The politest form of candy extortion ever invented. What type of weather is often associated with a spooky Halloween night? Because monsters love dramatic entrances, and fog provides the perfect special effects. What time of day do Halloween activities usually take place? Creatures of the night don't do morning meetings, they're too busy sleeping in their coffins. What kind of trees are often used in spooky Halloween scenes? Because nothing says spooky like trees that look like they haven't had their morning coffee. What sound is commonly associated with ghosts? It's their way of saying they're having a paranormal lie bad day. What type of house is often featured in Halloween stories? Where else would ghosts get their real estate license? What do people often carve designs into for Halloween? Giving vegetables faces, the original Snapchat filter. What mythical creature is said to transform under a full moon? The original monthly makeover gone wrong. What are ghost hunters said to use to detect supernatural presence? Because ghosts apparently love messing with electronic devices, the original tech trolls. What do vampires supposedly sleep in? The ultimate in unconventional bedroom furniture. What do witches use to mix their potions? The original slow cooker with a dash of magic and a pinch of trouble. What do many Halloween treats come wrapped in? The official colors of Sugar Rush season. What do zombies famously want to eat? The only diet where you're encouraged to use your head as a meal. What do many Halloween stores sell that makes spooky fog? Creating the perfect atmosphere for when regular air is just too visible. What kind of candy is often associated with witches? The candy that's almost as divisive as a witch's curse. What do many haunted houses have that move on their own? When even the architecture has attitude problems. What type of music is often played at Halloween parties? Where else can you dance to the sweet sounds of creaking doors and rattling chains? What do many Halloween masks have that light up? Because regular eyes aren't creepy enough on their own. What kind of sounds are popular in Halloween music? The only time of year when screaming is considered musical. What do haunted hayrides often feature? Turning a peaceful farm activity into an anxiety-inducing adventure. What do many Halloween games involve trying to catch with your mouth? The only time it's acceptable to face plant into a bucket of water. What do many people use to make ghost costumes? Giving bedding a second life as supernatural fashion. What do many haunted houses have in their fake graveyards? The only real estate where dead quiet is a selling point. What do witches often keep as pets in Halloween stories? Because regular pets just aren't magical enough. What do many Halloween parties have as prizes? As if trick or treating wasn't enough sugar for one night. What do fortune tellers often use at Halloween parties? When regular party games are just too predictable, what do many Halloween movies feature as a warning sign? Because regular birds are just too cheerful to be omens. What do haunted houses often have that makes creepy sounds? The original home security system, who needs alarms when your house does the creeping for you? What do many Halloween parties have as activities? When regular party games aren't nightmare-inducing enough, leave a comment of something new that you've learned today. And don't forget to scan here to instantly download your 100 video bundle. Follow us on Instagram to get first dibs on all upcoming offers.